when Madara caught this kunai in his hand and then stuck this paper bomb on this other shinobi, I was like, bro, Madara, why are you bullying these this generation of shinobi, man? Like they're not on your level, bro. Why are you doing this? The Naruto Boruto franchise is home to some like cold characters, some like extraordinary characters. And so in today's video, we're gonna be talking about Madara Uchiha, man. Like when he pulled up on the battlefield and had everybody on the battlefield, including the Kage and Naruto shook, man. Like God, I'll never forget that episode. I know where I was that day when that episode dropped, episode 322, titled Madara Uchiha, man. Like, imagine how cold you are to the fact that you have a whole episode named after you, man. Like, that episode, I'll never forget that episode. So, during this like time in the story arc, everybody believed that the guy with the mask that was the leader of their Kasuke, like including us, the viewers, we all believed he was Madara Uchiha. So when news came out that Kabuto, who was possessing this Kage's body, like when they found out that he reanimated Madara and everybody found out that so Madara's been dead this entire time, then who's that other guy that's claiming to be Madara with the mask? Because now they're thinking like, so is there two Madaras or is that other one with the mask a fake Madara and actually somebody else, man? Like it just had the whole shinobi community in Naruto shook because I think it was Shikamaru's father. He didn't want anybody knowing, or no, I don't think it was him. I think it was Tsunade and the other Kage. They didn't want like anybody else knowing that Madara has been reanimated and now he's about to fight one of the four pillars because there's four different pillars of these shinobi allied forces. The fourth, I think it was the fourth pillar that was getting ready to fight Madara because they just finished off fighting the Raikage and the other Kages, including Gaara's father. So now imagine that. Just when you think you're done with fighting the other Kages, you have somebody pull up that's even more terrifying than those Kages that you were fighting. Because I didn't think they were going to fight somebody that was more a threat to them than the third Raikage until Madara pulled up. So this scene was just legendary because the Tsuchikage, he knows Madara because the guy was a youngster during Madara's prime. So he knows all about Madara. So when he told everybody that this is the real deal, this is Madara Uchiha, everybody was like, no way, bro. Like, are we gonna die today? And of course, one thing I love about the Tsuchikage is that he told everybody to like, don't give up, man. Like, I'm here with you. Like that's what I love about this old guy so much, man. Like he brought in confidence to everybody on the battlefield. And so, of course, man, when Madara pulled up and fought them, man, I was just like, how is this gonna go? Because we all know that meme of that first guy that was screaming his lungs out, and then he was the first guy to charge against Madara. Like that guy had balls of courage, man. Because all I know, if that was me in that scenario, going up getting ready to fight Madara, I wouldn't have done that, bro. Because this guy Madara, from what we've seen since like the beginning of the series, even like the OG Naruto, this guy has been described as being super strong. Like he was the first Hokage's rival. He, alongside the first Hokage, were the ones that built the Hidden Leaf Village. And like he's the guy that tamed the Nine-Tails Fox with his Genjutsu Sharingan. So you knew this guy was a big deal. So anyways, man, when Madara pulled up and fought them, I was like, bro, like Madara just steamrolled through all of those shinobi forces, bruh. And in that scene where he punches that one guy and his body's just jolted up like that, I'm like, bro, Madara. Like, Madara is built different. Like, this man was stepping on people's faces. He was doing all these kinds of jutsu sign signals, bro. And then that scene where he caught that kunai in midair, put all those sticky on them, and then everybody just blew up around him. I'm like, how is someone this good, man? Like, how was somebody this good? Because we all know about these shinobi, like the different generation of these Kages and shinobis, like because of the fact that the first four Hokage's times, right, from Hashirama to Minato, they were strong for a huge reason because there was always war. There was always war. So in order for them to be able to defend their family, their friends, and their village, they had to train really hard in all their different skills: taijutsu, genjutsu, ninjutsu. They had to train in all of that. So it made sense why Madara was so strong compared to Naruto's generation, because even Naruto and them were talking about, no, I think it was Tsunade, they were even talking about like after Naruto's generation, they're not gonna be as strong because every generation was slowly starting to like go down in strength wise because of the fact that war was slowly starting to go down. But anyways, man, Madara was like just he was just going so like hard on these guys, man. And I remember this one scene, that guy that tried to get Madara from beneath him, and Madara just stabbed him. Like Madara was going so ham. It wasn't until Tamari was able to hit Madara with her wind style jutsu, and of course Madara just looked up and he was like, "Really?" He just slaps the dust from his shoulder. I'm like, this guy hasn't even been trying yet. And then when Madara did his majestic flame fire jutsu, I was like, bro, someone like he can produce that much fire in his jutsu, man. Like I think that's like the first time I've seen Uchiha like produce that much fire in his jutsu. I've never seen Itachi or Sasuke do that. So I was just like, this man Madara is a reanimation jutsu, man. Like he's not. Well, no, actually, I think he was. He was even stronger than he was at his prime. 'Cause that's what Kabuto was saying the entire time to him, that like he advanced his strength and all that. So he was like that Madara there was much better than he was in his prime. And that kind of ticked off Madara, but man, like, and so Madara was thinking like 2 steps ahead when he did that fire style jutsu because he knew, I don't know, like it's like he knew that the Shinobi force would like use water to counter his fire style, and so because of that, it created a fog look in the atmosphere. So Madara took advantage of that because he has his Sharingan, so he can see even with all that fog around all of them, he can still see them, and the Shinobi forces cannot see them. So Madara just took his time, just wiping out all of them. I'm like, this guy he's so smart, man. Like, I can see why Hashirama and the Nine Tails, they had like so much, like they were like they were terrified of what he can do. Same thing goes for Togurama because this man, he planned 2 steps ahead of the Shinobi forces, man. And of course, the only people that knew where he was Naruto because of his Sage mode, and then the Tsuchikage because the guy is he's so experienced. Like he knew Madara from a young age, and so that was just so crazy to me. And then when Madara pulled out a meteorite at them, I was like, yo, like, and then like Gar literally said it. Is this like the power of a god? Because this man pulled a whole meteorite on them. I'm like, bro, you showed off that you're too much for the Shinobi forces, man. What makes you what possessed you to just pull a whole meteorite on them? Like you already have them beat, bruh. And so like the Tsuchikage, he's the one that ends up going up into the sky to stop the meteorite because he's the Tsuchikage, you know. And then of course he wants to be the one to look after this new generation that's coming after him because he was telling Madara that that's the problem with you is that you don't see the potential in the new generation. And so, of course, the Tsuchikage was able to stop the meteorite, but of course, it blew up everybody in the atmosphere. So there was like a whole bunch of casualties, man. The Tsuchikage was like messed up, and Madara wasn't even trying yet. It got to the point where people were just like, can we like really do this? Because this is Madara, man. Like this is the first Hokage's rival that we're fighting. It got so bad that like Tsunade, the Mitsukage, I think the Raikage too, all the Kages that weren't there with Gaara and the old man, they were just like, we all had to go there because Madara is a different breed. He's too much for them. And so Naruto was like, can I fight them? And of course, Tsunade was telling him that you have to get out there because, like you're important to us, but this is our fight. You need to go stop Obito. Well, they didn't know it was Obito at the time, but you need to go stop that Max Man because Naruto was thinking that he should fight Madara, but I'm like, bro, there's other huge stuff going on in other places too. Like, we also have to worry about that guy with the mask that has all those tail beasts. You have to be the one to stop him. And so Naruto realized that and he went to go fight that Max Man. But I always found this scene to be cool because of the fact that Madara, he pulled up and like the one thing I just loved about how Kishimoto set up this guy's character is that since Shippuden, they were hyping up Madara as like a huge threat. Like this guy tamed the Nine-Tails Fox. It got to a point where the Nine-Tails Fox like resented Madara for just how bad he did him. Like the fact he was able to tame him with his Genjutsu. And then like this guy was like the first Hokage's rival and like the only guy that could compete with Hashirama at his prime. So this is the way he set up Madara. And then when we finally got Madara in action, even though it was not the real even though it was like not Madara when he was alive, it was just a reanimation like version of him, the fact that he did all that to these people, these shinobis on the battlefield, it was just like, yo, like Madara was, I don't know, Madara was just built different. I feel like how Kishimoto did Madara in Shippuden is like how a lot of other series should like really set up their main villains. Like stop telling us that they're so strong. Show us that this guy is strong. Like his feats, man. Like for example, I'll bring up Jigen from Boruto. Like that man, he showed how strong he was. The fact that he forced Naruto to pull out his strongest form, and he was whooping Naruto and Sasuke both at the same time with Sasuke's Rinnegan. That's another way of showing that a guy is built different with the way Jigen was whooping those two. But anyways, man, Madara was just built different, man. And of course, another thing I like about this fight was that the fact that it led to the five Kage teaming up for the very first time in like Shinobi history. Because we gotta remember, man, like from Hashirama to Tobirama, Hiruzen, and Minato, there was never a time where all the five Kages teamed up. It probably happened during the third Hokage's time, but it definitely didn't happen during the first Hokage, second Hokage, and fourth Hokage's times, man. But the fact that it happened during Tsunade's time, man, it was just so cool. Seeing the five Kage that had such a rivalry with each other that stems all the way back to the first Kages, it was so cool seeing that, man. But anyways, man, of course, that led to a whole other iconic fight where Madara, he was just built different. Even with the five Kage strengths combined, they still couldn't beat Madara, man. It was crazy. But you guys let me know your thoughts on Madara when he first pulled up in episode 322. How did you guys feel about his presence, man? How he was just able to like just dominate the battlefield. Like this showed his presence like I'm the guy. I'm the guy. It's not Naruto that's the guy. It's not any of these Kages that call themselves Kages in this time period now. I'm the guy. So it was just like, dude, man. But anyways, guys, if y'all enjoyed this discussion video or commentary video, hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel as I'll be putting out videos for you guys every Tuesday and Thursday. I'll also be putting out more commentary style videos for other videos as well. So you guys just let me know what topics you would like me to put my commentary on. And as always, hope y'all continue a nice week, and I'll catch y'all for the next video. Peace.